5 ways to activate his deepest desires for you. If you would like to learn how to draw a man to you, to make him crave you, fall in love, and just not be able to stop thinking about you and prevent men from losing interest, pulling away, caring less, rejecting you, or choosing another woman, then this video is going to really help you. So go ahead and comment below with "I'm ready" if you are ready to attract a long-term, loving, committed relationship and you're done with attracting ghosters, breadcrumbers, or men that just aren't meeting your standards. So hi, I'm Brody Boyd. I'm a Magnetize Your Man expert, and for over 13 years, I've helped single men to attract the right woman for them. So I have a unique perspective into what makes the male brain tick, which we're going to be going deeper into in this video. So if you like anything in this video, the background, my shirt, or the content, please give this video a like, smash that like button. I really appreciate it. And also make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos on how to attract your man for a loving, long-term commitment. And also please share this video as well with a single girlfriend, for any girlfriend that you feel could benefit from this info, so we can share the wealth and create more loving relationships in the world. Also make sure to listen for a special bonus secret I'm going to include in this video on how to make a man feel deeply loved by you. So important, so valuable. So let's go ahead and dive in with powerful secret number 5, which is to be innocently naughty. So what do I mean by this? So oftentimes women can think to attract a man, you just have to be sexual. You have to be, especially when we're younger, you have to be sexual. You have to seduce him. You have to say sexual innuendos, maybe show a little more cleavage, a little more booty, a little more legs, and that's going to draw him to you. Now, yes, that can work, but that generally will only attract a man on the lust level that'll make him desire you sexually, not necessarily emotionally, to make him want to be your hero for life, to want to actually lock you down and propose and get married to you. But there's still so much power in sexuality, and there's power in the naughty aspects. So what you can do is, instead of being outright naughty, you can actually be what I call innocently naughty. So this is when you're being sort of naughty, but it's almost like you don't even know you're being naughty. It's almost like it seems like it was an accident. You're not even aware, which is so much more endearing and attractive because it has this feeling of purity about it, this innocence about it that can be very seductive. So an example of this is, I remember when I was dating, when I was single in my college years, I had a woman who I had met at a party. And at the party, after the party, she was actually playing guitar. We had gone, on the street. She had her car parked, and she was playing the guitar. And because I wanted to hear it, I said, "Oh, I found out she had played the guitar." I said, "Can you play me something? I'd love to hear it." And she did. And but the way she was strumming the guitar was a little bit suggestive. But I don't think she knew she was doing it. Maybe she did. Maybe she was more advanced than I think. But it was very sexual in a way. It was very naughty in a way, but I was innocent because I didn't feel she was doing that on purpose. Just the way she handled the guitar, So that's an example of being innocently naughty, where you're naughty, but it seems totally unplanned, uncalculated. Now, the other thing you can do is subtly brush against him. So some examples of this as well is subtly brushing against him, maybe a little too close. Or maybe with a certain part of your body, where if you're in an elevator and you accidentally bump into him, with your breast accidentally, or just your arm, your naked arm, or your leg brushing against him when you're sitting next to each other, accidentally, like, there's that old classical cliche thing of spilling the drink and then, wiping on his pants. You're wiping off the drink. Now that's a little too blatant, but you get the idea. You could also do this verbally with little comments where you accidentally say something that could be construed as a little naughty. That can make him think about you. That can make him start to desire you because it's working on him on a subconscious level. Of course, you can use straws in your drink and, all that classic stuff can be also effective ways to do that. When you're sipping on your margarita and kind of looking at him in a little bit of an interesting type of way. So that's very powerful. Powerful secret number 4 is to appreciate him publicly. Now, this is super powerful. We all know that appreciating a man is one of the most seductive things you can do to actually make him start to fall in love. But I believe it's even more powerful when you can appreciate him publicly, in the sense of appreciating him for others to hear. So when friends are around saying, "Oh, you're so strong," or "Thank you so much for grabbing that," or "You are just so smart. How did you get so smart? Isn't my husband like the smartest man you've ever met?" He's always figuring these things out. So that's an example when you have friends around, when you're out in public, even with strangers or with family, to make these comments. Let him know, of course, that you're appreciating him, that you're complimenting him in a way, but that others can hear as well. So you're lifting him up in front of other people. Super powerful, because what you're doing is melting his heart, and you're making him feel like he's not only your hero, but everyone gets to see he's your hero, and that he is powerful, he is amazing, he is incredible, he is a genius, he is smart, he is creative. Every positive attribute you can think of that's authentic, say that publicly. Now, an example of this is when me and Antia were dating. And still to this day, when we're hanging out with friends, and also when I hear her on the phone, and I don't even think she thinks about this, but I hear her like complimenting me to her girlfriends. She'll say like, "Oh, Brody, he's just so, he's just always the best problem solver," or he's just, yeah, he's super creative. He can just figure out anything, or whatever it is. I'm trying to think of the exact examples. But she'll like talk to her girlfriends about me, and I feel so good about it, in my core, because of course I'll just be like, yeah, thank you, whatever. But in my core, and I think most men in their core, they'll feel like, wow, I love that. I love being lifted up by my woman. And he'll think of you as his woman when you're doing that, because he starts to think about, now he's the protector, he's the provider, he's the steward over your heart. So very powerful. Now, if you haven't yet, I highly recommend joining our free Magnetize Your Man dating and relationship support Facebook group, where we have over 5,500 women sharing the wealth, sharing tips, strategies, how to attract your man, how to make him fall in love, how to have the kind of quality power couple relationship that you've always yearned for, which you can get by going to mymfbgroup.com, or go to Facebook, type in Magnetize Your Man. You'll probably find it that way as well. Highly recommend joining right now if you haven't before, to get that kind of support and accountability. Now let's go into powerful secret number 3, which is to be soft. Now, softness is the quintessential feminine energy. As in bodily anatomy, the masculine tends to be hard and direct, the feminine tends to be soft and receptive. So you can embrace that energy with your beingness, with your emotionality, with your physicality, with your mental abilities. Embrace the softness, which can involve things like empathy, kindness, compassion, gentleness, warmth, all those things that are soft oriented. Now, I like to think of it as being like this almost like a motherly soft pillow kind of energy that a man can snuggle into. That's what really will help him desire you, fall in love. And so one example of this, which Antia is really good at as well, is just being snuggly. So snuggling with him when you guys are, cuddling, like being physically affectionate in that sense. Hugs, long hugs, warm hugs. Of course, you can still have your boundaries and not let it turn sexual if you're not at that point yet. And ideally, you shouldn't until you're in an exclusive relationship. But allowing him to be at least an exclusive relationship is what I would say. But allowing him to feel that warmth from you, physically, emotionally, mentally. And so one thing you can do is like rubbing your hands through his hair, holding his head to your chest, if he's like had a bad day or if he's having a hard time. That comfort is so, it can melt a man's heart. It can melt the prickly aspects of him, the parts of him that are more abrasive. It can melt through that power of feminine touch and feminine softness. So you want to embrace that, because that can really bring him close in a powerful way. Powerful secret number 2 is to enjoy life, being happy, and finding the positive in things. So yes, there can be crazy things happening in the world. Yes, there can be chaos in your own life. But to embrace that lion energy inside of you, to find the positive, find where the opportunities are, as you can see from up here. Finding where the positive outlook, the courageous outlook, the joyful outlook. What is possible in this situation? How can you create joy? How can you create a good experience? And that can be really seductive to a man because he's going to feel that zest for life and that joy for life just by being around you when you can embrace that yourself. So a good example of this is finding the good in any situation, whether there's an old story of this man who was driving his car through Arizona and the car broke down, and he was so concerned that his woman was going to start yelling at him. She was going to be upset. She's like, how can you not neglect the car so much that we're going to break down like this? He got out, he was taking a look at it, but she didn't do those things. Instead, she was like, okay, let's take a look at it and hopefully everything's okay. He got out and she got out of the car as well. And she's like, oh my gosh. He was stressed because he's like, oh man, I can't believe I did this. She's going to be so mad at me. But she wasn't. And instead, she was actually like, wow, look at this gorgeous sunset. And there was actually a sunset happening. And so they just took a pause, enjoyed the sunset for a moment. And he appreciated that so much in that moment that was one of the things that made him fall in love. And so there's power in doing actually the unexpected when he thinks you're in a situation where you could attack him, where you can complain about the world, where you can go into victimhood. Why me? Why did this happen? Everything's against me, blah, blah, blah. The complaints. If you instead go into, wow, I'm so grateful that it wasn't worse. I'm so grateful that I can still be with you right now. I'm so grateful that we're together. Let's have some fun dinner tonight. Let's get out of this energy. Let's have fun. Let's enjoy. And that can really seduce a man because that's showing him also what he can find inside of himself. You can show him the path to his own joy, his own happiness, and that can be infinitely seductive. So if you want to learn more about that technique in particular, I highly recommend joining our Ultimate Love Recipe. So we are doing a beta program right now. Antia is launching this and I'm helping, which is called the Ultimate Love Recipe to make a man fall in love with you. And this is going to be a 3-course program. We're just doing a beta launch right now because we're going to be offering it to the public later. You can join this and actually get to experience coaching with me, with Antia, primarily with Antia. I may be in there as well. And to help you attract your man, to share your life with, have a loving, long-term, committed relationship, and learn what actually makes a man fall in love. Learn how to understand what's going on inside of his brain, and get its specific tips for your specific situation as well with your guy that you're interested in, or if you're single and wanting to attract your guy, this will tremendously be valuable to you as well. So to get access to that, go to ultimateloverecipe.com. Ultimate Love Recipe, you'll actually get access to our Facebook Messenger, and you can message with Antia, and she can send you the details. So ultimateloverecipe.com will also have a link in the description below. Highly recommend doing that. We're going to be just offering that for this week because it's going to be starting very soon. So get access to that there in the comments below. Highly recommended. So now that leads us to powerful secret number 1, which is to activate his love language. What is his love language? You may have to ask him that. Is it physical touch? Is it acts of service? Is it gifts? Is it words of affirmation? Is it physical touch? I might have said that already. I might have missed one of those, but look them up, the 5 love languages, and ask him what his is. Ask him what it could be. And once you find out, use that love language to activate his desire. Give him hugs if his physical touch, acts of service, if cook him a meal, or help him with bring water to him when he's thirsty. If he's working at your place, do little things like that. If it's acts of service, if it's gifts, maybe get him a card. Maybe get him I was going to say a new watch. You don't want to spend that much money on him. And maybe if it's his birthday and you guys have been in a relationship for a while. But find out what kind of gifts he might like. Something small. Something that's more thoughtful rather than expensive, because you don't want to put yourself into the masculine as the provider. That should be his role, to create that masculine-feminine polarity, which creates attraction and long-term passion. So find out what it is for him. An example of this is Antia. So my love language is acts of service primarily, and secondarily it's physical touch. So find out what his top 2. That's usually all you need to know. So what is amazing act of service and love language and physical touch for me? Massages. So Antia does this for me all the time. It helps so much. It draws me to her, makes her desire her. which is like massages, not that often, but sometimes she'll give me a back massage or a foot massage, or sometimes I'm sitting at my desk all the time. So when I'm laying down, I actually like her to punch my glutes, the booty. That really feels amazing for me. So it's just like, oh yes. So whatever that is for him, that'll fill up his love tank, make him desire you, make him fall in love even more. It's a very powerful secret to get him to see you as his soulmate for life, potentially even. I think that's really the power that can bring. So go ahead and comment below which of these actions are you already taking with your man, and which could you be taking, and that'll lead us into our bonus secret, which is yoga pants. Yoga pants. This will really activate his desire. Now, this might be just me more speaking for myself, but I know there's a lot of guys out there that they are definitely booty guys. So, I want to throw this one in kind of for fun, but it actually, I think, has a lot of power as well. Yoga pants, tight pants. Now, ideally, if you can actually work with a personal trainer, go to the gym, and develop those glute booty muscles, I think it can go a long way to really making a man desire you in a primal way, which can open up a lot of doors for you to draw him in emotionally. And I know there's been many times when I was single when that would be one of the only things that would motivate me to, not the only things, but that would be a serious factor in activating me to approach a woman to say, hey, how's your day going? Or, whatever the event was or whatever group it was. Hey, I'm Brody, so that would activate me because it's a primal thing and it can just draw that laser-like primal desire from a man. And it's not that hard to do. It's a little hack. If you can wear yoga pants or pants that are tight-fitting, jeans it could be also, or a skirt, of course. That's like the next level. But there's something powerful about it. I don't know what it is. Just want to throw it in there. Something to think about and utilizing as a weapon in your next seduction meeting with your man. Could be very powerful, or just when you're out and having fun and wanting guys to approach you. So, highly recommend that. So, if you enjoyed this video, again, please give it a like, comment below, subscribe for more powerful videos like this. We're going to have lots of more from me, from Antia, on how to get a man to crave and desire you and fall in love long term and stop getting ghosters and rejection. And next, I highly recommend watching our next powerful video, which will be over here. If he lost interest because you were needy, what to do next. So again, click over here. You'll get access to that video. Much love. Hope this was helpful and look forward to talking again in our next powerful training video coming up soon. And again, don't forget to also join the Ultimate Love Recipe. UltimateLoveRecipe.com. We'll be launching that beta program very soon. We'd love to have you as one of our first testers. UltimateLoveRecipe.com, or click the link in the description below. Much love. I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.